Hi and welcome to episode 3 of our console shot special at the Eurogamer Expo. I'm Al, this is Trev, and
what are you doing?
Just the intro, me and Trev.
That's not Trev. I'm Trev.
But there is... So we're playing a fantastic new game here at Eurogamer.
Yeah, probably guess what it is. We just do a little look around right now. Yeah, there it is.
Any ideas, any thoughts?
Well, it's actually, we're playing Queuing Simulator 3D at the moment. So you've heard about Oculus Rift and things like this. It's like, kind of like Nintendo 3DS, you don't need a visor for it. It's kind of built in, your built-in eyes.
And it's the new 2013 edition as well.
Yeah, with the really irritating queuing DLC that you can get in addition as well.
And it's kind of like a theme park in that when you get to where you think you're supposed to go, there's more queues. It's
Exactly.
Like bonus queues.
It's like walking, queue, walking sort of thing, isn't it? It's really good. I'll probably give it 9 out of 10 for realism, I think.
Yeah, and about 1 out of 10.
I'm feeling like it's very tedious and annoying, so it's obviously really realistic for me to have that reaction to it.
What about the end boss now?
Well, it means bloke telling you that we have to queue up more. Yeah, he's really hard. I'm not sure how you beat him, really. He's kind of like a really cheesy fighting game boss that has really cheap moves that you can't beat. So yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, groin maneuver works or something. I mean like kicking in the groin, I don't mean like thrusting your although that probably will work as well.
That's another simulator realm.
So whilst we've been in this whole retro gaming area, we've bumped into 2 pretty cool guys. So if you'd like to just tell us who you are and what it is you guys do.
Go me first. Hello, Nicky. I run Gamer Disco.
Gamer Disco, you can tell us a little bit about what Gamer Disco is.
It's actual social gaming in a kind of pub club environment.
Literally social gaming, like when people are being social.
We call it true social gaming, indeed, yes. Everyone gets a couple of drinks, bit of dancing, bit of gaming, chiptune. You can't go wrong, and it's free.
You're actually hanging out with actual gamers as well, which is a big thing. Okay,
Indeed.
Cool. So whereabouts is this? Where is it held?
It's at the book club, which is 100 Lennon Street in Shoreditch.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, East London, so yeah, that's pretty
East London, every first Wednesday of the month.
Excellent.
So what time is it? Is it like all night, or is it?
It's about 7:30 till midnight.
Yeah.
Depending on how many of my broken consoles I've managed to fix for the night, depends whether it's 7:30 or 8.
So when you move on to the Xbox 360 as a retro console, you might struggle a bit then with the broken ones.
They break anyway.
Yeah.
Not that if Microsoft want to sponsor us, they are fantastic consoles when they're working.
Yeah.
Which is 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So what kind of games can we expect to see when we're there?
We like to focus our events around perhaps 2 or 3 major games. For example, our next event we've got on the SNES, we've got Bomberman, we've got Mario Kart, and then on the Wii we've got Smash Brothers. But I also like to mix it up, a bit of fighting games as well, a bit of Street Fighter 4 on the 360.
How long have you been doing
What I
this?
love, if I can interject,
No, sure.
is you ask what consoles we actually have. A lot of time we don't know till the day, because we open it up to all of our fans and our audience. If they want to bring something down and they've got a TV and the console and they can bring it, we say bring it along.
Can you throw down some mad Shenmue tunes? You're like,
Well,
hell yeah, girlfriend.
we had a guy the other day that said, is it Drive Kick, the game? He's like, can I bring that down? And it's like, if you want. And he actually turned up with it. And that's what I love about our community, that we just want to make it open for it. If someone's got a game they love,
bring it.
bring it down and we'll stick it on. There's no, whatever you want. And
That's kind of good. So the more time goes on, the more chance we could end up just seeing tons of games all in one place.
that's what I want.
All together.
If you love a game and there's no community for it, just bring it down and create a community with like an open platform for other people creating their communities from it.
That's really cool. And how long have you been doing this for now?
Probably about 3 years. We started in a very small pub in Camden, and we were really surprised because we thought it would just be our mates.
Right.
And then loads of people were queuing to get in. And it was like, this is awesome. And there's girls. And it's not just kind of basement dwellers. These are like just normal guys like you or I. And then we thought perhaps we're onto something here. And we scaled it up, and it's kind of gone from there. But it's just, I'm just trying to get it back to a real community event, which I think London's such a huge city.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's perhaps so big that it's got the members of the community, but there's nowhere really for everyone to get together and create their own thing, and that's kind of what we're doing.
You're like creating a hub, for people to come together, love retro games.
It's exactly what we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that demand for it because, heck, you look at this place and just how busy this entire retro section's been.
Yeah,
It's
apparently
awesome.
we've chatted to the guys that run this section and say it's the busiest it's ever been.
Yeah.
So people are becoming, enjoying retro games a lot more, so that's good for
Oh
you,
yeah,
right?
we love the guys that do Replay Expo and Replay events. They've supported us from the start. We've supported them, and it's weird because we're kind of coming up together and hopefully flourishing into something brilliant. But it just makes me think there really is a need for the kind of retro gaming and mixing it with new stuff as well, and not just being purely retro or purely new. And I think that's what Eurogamer have done really well by getting in, the Play Expo guys into their event.
That's really cool. Well, as well as the whole kind of like social and stuff, we've also got somebody who deals with community as well.
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about what you do and where you work.
Who you are and what you do.
My name is Lee Williams, and I'm the community manager for Japanese titles at Square Enix. So that includes.
Quite a small following, don't they, those guys?
It's just a little small following, yeah. So that includes like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, which we just released Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 remix. And
So were you into those sort of games yourself? Is that how you got into that?
yeah, this job's a dream come true for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a young kid playing, it was Final Fantasy 6. I saw my friend playing Final Fantasy 6, and I was kind of like, oh, what is this game? I don't know if I like it. And then I picked up FF7. Sweet Lord.
Things just changed
I
after
hope I
then.
make a career out of this someday.
Well,
He's
no, it wasn't
basically
that.
stolen my perfect job, and he's got it, and I'm his mate. It's really irritating. It's irksome.
No, but it really is a great job to have, and it's a great community to have. Everyone sort of wants the same thing, and we're all passionate about there's like a generation of fans. So there's like I'm in that FF7 generation,
Right.
you know what I mean? And there's one for the games around Final Fantasy X, and there's even a generation now for Final Fantasy 13 fans.
There's a lot of
And
remakes.
that would be me. But a lot of people have their preferences, and like a lot of FF7 fans, they're all calling out for the FF7 remake. They want that, and then there's a lot of fans that commenting, saying how they don't want another Final Fantasy 13 game. They don't want Lightning Returns, but that has such a huge following at the moment. It's because it's just a different generation for everyone.
Are people quite happy with like the remake games? Is there a big demand for them, or is that what generated these releases? Is it from people saying, "I want to play Final Fantasy 7 again in like HD"? And
Yeah, you think about it. We're at the retro gaming stand here, and people. What happens to the consoles after they finish them? They either go in the garage, gather dust, or you take them down the car boot sale. There's a market for it, and we remake a lot of our older games. Final Fantasy. We just actually released today Final Fantasy V on Android, and we announced that we're going to be bringing out the sequel to Final Fantasy IV to iOS and Android devices today as well, actually.
Oh, wow, so quite a big launch date then
I
as
missed
well.
that. I missed that.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you that earlier. Yeah,
No, I
we
look
did that
forward to
today.
that.
Yeah, it's called Final Fantasy IV: The After Years, and it was originally on Wii,
PSP?
Wii and PSP back in 2008. Yeah,
And that's iOS.
it's going to be coming out on iOS and Android this winter.
Fantastic. And of all of the titles that were sort of being developed, which one did you actually come in on when you first started at Square Enix?
Oh, when I first started, I actually started at Square Enix in February.
Oh right, so it's actually quite
February
recently
this
then.
year. Yeah, they brought me in to work on Tomb Raider, and it was quite an experience. It was a big launch for the company, and my first job in this industry, not doing what I'm doing, but the first job in this industry, and I overtime, everything. It was just great. It was just a dream come true to be just working on a video game, you know?
It's even more annoying.
Yeah,
He just waltzed into it. He
Don't get me
literally
wrong.
waltzed in.
I'm so, you know, it's just so grateful for the job I have. Not a day, like I travel 2 hours every day to get to work, so I'm grateful for my job. I sit there and I think, man, I'm going to come in and I get to talk to our fans. I get to talk to, you know, people that are passionate about Final Fantasy games like I am.
Where do you live? 2 hours? Where do you live?
Fareham. It's down by Portsmouth.
Fareham. I know Fareham really well.
Do you?
You actually travel from Fareham.
Yeah, every day.
That, my friend, is dedication.
My journey to work 7 minutes. You know? So, I like my job, but yeah.
This is why we hate you.
Oh yes, exactly, yes.
So no, that's fantastic, and obviously to have this kind of passion and everything, you know, to be involved in, you know, in the games industry for yourselves, it's absolutely awesome.
And this is the kind of great thing about when you're kind of in the industry. There are just loads of people that really just do kind of want to do cool stuff and get involved, and that's what Eurogamer is great for, and Replay. And we're going to do stuff together.
We are, yeah. Hopefully, we're going to work together over the next coming months. Hopefully, if everything goes well, and we'll hopefully bring some of our Japanese-related products to Gamer Disco in the near future.
Fantastic.
And we'll have you guys down, and you can film it, and we'll
Oh yes, we'd love to
all
do
be
that.
great friends, and we'll
Absolutely.
get pissed. Sounds fantastic.
So, and where can we find out about this stuff online as well?
You can go to gamerdisco.com, or I believe facebook.com/gamerdisco.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Cheers.
Yeah, this is the queuing simulator down DLC for
There you go, guys. That is our look
stuff
at the
DLC, isn't it, I think?
PlayStation 4, with
So
dual
it's
shot 4 and
so,
PlayStation
I was
camera.
enthusiastic about down there, but here I'm kind of a bit dead inside now. We're moving. Yeah, look at this. It's going to be awesome, though. FML. Moving again.
So exciting.
Yeah, I know. It's like a really slow roller coaster ride. Really slow roller coaster.
So we've just gone and spoken to some absolutely awesome guys at an awesome company. One of our favourites happened to just be.
To be this good takes Sega, yeah.
That's,
Or service games as it was when it started. Anyway,
pinball machines.
they did pinball machines. Yes, they did. That's how they started.
Anyway, we had a very important question. In fact, we had two questions. I had one, Trev had one.
We did.
Yeah, my question was, when are we getting the Dreamcast 2?
One that's been on our lips since forever, right?
Yeah, and what was your question?
It was, when is Shenmue 3 coming out? Again, yeah, another one that's on our lips.
And we did get an answer from them, which was, we're a recruitment stand. We don't know about these things. Which isn't a no.
It's not a denial.
No.
I know what their game is.
Yeah,
They're hiding
so-
it. I'm actually holding out
Dreamcast
for. I'm holding out for Shenmue 3 Oculus Rift Edition HD.
And then Shenmue 4. Still queuing.
This is level 2 now of Queuing Simulator. Right, so this is one of the more interesting items at Eurogamer, right here. You can see that Al sat in front of a piano with a monitor in front of it, so you're like, what the shitting tits is that? Well, it is actually, as you can see, we're in the Virgin part of Eurogamer, and this is Doom Piano. Al, what the hell are you doing?
Losing quite badly. It's really weird for moving because you've got all your right controls on the right hand side, left on the left. You shoot with the black keys, but it's quite disorientating. You're having to constantly tap around. I've actually completely lost where I am now.
So it's it's no PlayStation controller. That's all we can say about that. How's it going, Al?
Quite good. It's actually even got, you can actually, as you're pressing, you can actually hear the keys actually work. But this thing cost them about £30 for the piano. It's a complete derelict in that regard. And thonk to open stuff. Have I?
Apparently, black keys shoot stuff, according to what's written on the key on the piano here. Thonk to open stuff.
Yeah. I tried playing the theme to Star Trek First Contact. Didn't work out so well. You just start wandering backward and forwards, not really doing much at all.
Lots of accidental strafing, I think, is going to be going on.
And here's permanent, like, deliberate strafing now. But yeah, it is so weird. but it is quite ingenious.
It's pretty cool. Again, there's so Eurogamer's not just about the new consoles, it's also about video games that have been rigged to work with pianos. So I'm looking forward to FIFA Piano personally.
So I've just been playing Surgeon Simulator. It is actually quite fantastic. We've also been able to play with Oculus Rift, which is kind of like a VR headset. If anything, it's the VR headsets that we were kind of promised back in the 80s. It's actually really, really cool. You get a lot of sense of depth. They give you 2 controllers, a bit like the nunchucks that you get on the Wii, and you can use that to control both of your hands. I managed to rip some guy's rib cage out, pull out one of his internal organs, and slap him in the face with it in 3D. Virtual reality is actually pretty awesome. We've also seen Oculus Rift where there's like a sort of running track where you can actually physically run in it and you've got like a barrier around you. Again, just like all the VR headsets that we saw back in the 80s, but this time it's actually good. And in terms of this game, I'm not even sure if you're supposed to save the patient or murder them, but I was a pro at the last bit. Right, well, that's that done.
Oh yeah, tiring.
Well, we've seen pretty much everything we wanted to see. We saw the retro stuff. At least there's no more goddamn queues that we have to do.
Don't want to queue anymore.
Guys, what are you still doing here?
We just...
The Expo's closed and security's moving in. You've really got to get out now.
Oh,
okay,
how do we get out?
Oh, there's just a queue over there from the exit. If you can just join that and then you'll be out in about an hour.